Okay, hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. So today I will be cooking lentil and I want to show you how I make my lentil soup. So over here, I don't have vegetable stock. Vegetable stock would be the best for this. But what you can do is I have 8 cups of water and I put in 2 tablespoons of my bouillon cubes. So this is like Maggi. This is natural chicken stock. So that is that. And over here I have 1 onion. I have 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. I have about some baby carrots. Just put some carrots. You can use up to 2 carrots. And then I have 2 tomatoes that I've diced up and my choice of spices. So just keep on watching and see how I incorporate all this, including lemon juice. So keep on watching and you'll see what I do. So the first thing that I do is in my big pot here, I'm gonna add my vegetable oil to it. So I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So you know, we're African people, we don't even measure. So African people, how many of you measure? So this is about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then to that olive oil, once it has heated up, I am going to add my onion to it, my chopped onion to it, and kind of saute it for about 6 to 7 minutes. So now the oil is heated up and I'm going to add my 1 medium-sized onions. Okay, so let's add our onions to that. Yeah, I like using white onion when I make lentil. So if the heat is too much, you want to try and reduce the heat. So we've added our onion and we're just going to saute this. And you want to saute it until it is golden brown. So now you see how the color it looks. It has like a golden brown. You want to make sure it's not burning. So now we're going to add in our garlic and we're going to add in our carrots. So we have our garlic here and we're adding in our carrots to this. Yeah, so you can also add things like celery and other stuff like other vegetables in there, but I just like keeping mine a little bit simple. So I'm just going to mix it and kind of cook that for about, let's say about 2 to 3 minutes so that everything marinates in there very, very well. So next I'm going to add my chopped tomatoes. So you can blend this tomato more, but I do want the natural juices to stay in there. If you have canned tomato and you don't have fresh tomato, you could also use canned tomato. But if you want the juices, just press the tomato. So this tomato is one of my tomatoes that they're quite soft. So they're not hard at all. They're really soft. So you can use those kind of tomatoes that are quite soft. And yeah, if you're trying to get rid of your tomatoes, this will be like the best time, you know. So I'm just gonna mix this together very, very well. Kind of cook it for about 1 minute or so. I don't want too much heat to kind of kill the natural ingredients of the nutrients of the tomato. So once I do this, I'm going to add in my spices. So the spices that I'm choosing, I'm going to use turmeric. So I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of turmeric. So I'm going to take a teaspoon of turmeric, nearly a teaspoon of turmeric, and just adding my turmeric in there. Next I'll be adding in my cayenne pepper. So cayenne pepper, I'm just going to use about half a teaspoon, not so much, depending on how spicy you like things. I'm going to just use half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I'm also going to include some basil leaf, so just a few sprinkles of basil leaves in there. Next I'll be adding in my salt and stuff. If you have things like paprika, you know, you can add that in. Cumin, oregano, you can add that in. But oh my goodness, what did I do? Yeah, so if you add all those spices, you can add all those spices in. So with lentil, it's very custom. You can customize it any way you want. So I'm just using the salt we use Himalayan pink salt. That's what we use, and I'm just gonna add some of that salt in there, not too much. Okay, and I'm going to mix that together very well, and let that also cook for about 1 minute. So during that 1 minute time, I am stirring it constantly. Just keep on stirring, and as you stir, everything just infuses in. To see if the spices are enough, I'm just gonna taste it. Do you guys taste your stuff? This is good. I can taste more of the freshness of the vegetable, and the onion and the garlic. Everything is so yummy. So next I will be adding in my rinsed lentils. So make sure you rinse your lentil. This is my lentil, is rinsed, very nice golden color. Adding in my lentil in there. So I always do this thing where I mix everything in before I add in my broth. I'm gonna mix everything in. I'm gonna add a little bit more of my Himalayan salt in there. Give it a good mix also. That is just enough, because remember, we're using our vegetable stock makeshift. So I'm gonna add that in there. So I'll start off with just adding all that in there like that. Okay, so that is all that is in there. So just mix it really good, and then bring all this goodness to a boil. Okay, so see, my lentil soup is boiling. So now when it has boiled, when you see it bubbling and boiling, what you want to do is that you want to give it a stir. Once again, stir it. Yeah, okay. Then you are going to cover it up, and we're going to reduce the heat to what you know as simmer. We're going to simmer that heat. Okay, we're going to simmer for about 30 to 45 minutes. So cover it and simmer for 30 to 45 minutes to an hour. So my lentil has finished cooking, so I cooked it for an hour. I'm going to add in a little bit of my lemon juice. So that's my secret ingredient. So just 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and then I'm gonna add some parsley. Now if you have fresh parsley, which I don't, you can put fresh parsley. I don't have fresh parsley, so I'm just putting some of my dried parsley in there. So just put some parsley, about half a tablespoon of parsley will do. Fresh parsley is the best, just letting you guys know. I'm gonna give it a good stir, and now you can see it is ready to be served. You see how lovely this looks. So if you want the broth, of course you can serve it with the broth. If you don't want the broth, you don't have to serve it with the broth. And this is it. Such a pretty lentil soup. So thank you so much everyone for watching. I'm going to dish it now. So let's just dish it with the family. So I have my bowl. Yay! And I usually like using this type of spoon when I dish it, because not everybody wants the soup. So I'm just going to dish it like this, and it gives it a nice look, very beautiful. So imagine if you add celery in here, it will have color. You can add green beans, you can add pretty much anything in here. Keep it simple or keep it complicated. Do you. So thank you so much. I hope you guys make a bowl of lentil soup filled with nutrients and benefits for you and your body. Thanks for watching. Bye.